Hi, good morning, Liz. Okay, so here's the routine. I just finished the newsletter, and now it's time to look, first of all, at Brandon. I skip over to Brandon first because he's coming in at 8 o'clock, and he has more running around to do than anybody, and he is stationary. So I'm going to go take a look at Brandon. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Smart Sheets, because this is where I keep track of my information about Brandon. I'm going to log in, and I'm going to go to Brandon's page. Okay, so let's take a look what we've got going on down here. Okay, so the first thing I can do is I can grab Trouble in Christmas Tree Lane. I'm going to take it down to completed and submitted. That's already done and published. See you later, alligator. That was also done. So I'm going to put that here. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to save it. Boom. So just FYI, let me show you what he did. So he did, as you know, because you proofread it and copy edited it, and I like what you did on it. It worked out really well, especially the opening paragraph. I cut off the second paragraph, which was a repeat of the first one, and just went right into this quote. But you can look at it online. But Brandon did that one yesterday, and we published it. And the other one that he did that I don't think you saw at all was he did this with a little video, which is kind of cool. So he interviewed the woman at the Humane Society.
Today to come by and say so long to Tina.
Okay, so Brandon did those too, which is great. Big contributions, actually. One is one of the top 10, and the other we've got up here as the very top one. And I did change this headline because I don't think they cried foul. I think what they really did was they reacted quickly and stopped the threat. And I think that, to me, crying foul, that's when citizens band together and demonstrate and say they've been hosed. They've been run over. They've been damaged. Instead, it sounds to me like what they did was they simply put up a petition and said, hey, this really needs to be saved. Don't do this, which is not strident and not confrontational, which crying foul has kind of a harsher implication to me. But I think what really happened was they reacted quickly and they got results quickly because of Supervisor Antonovich. Anyway, the point is, as far as the scheduling goes, Brandon got those two done. So let's see what's going on up here. Well, what's going on up here was I had planned to have him go at 8 a.m. to the Apple event in Old Pasadena for technology, and then to have him go at 12 noon to hear the Los Angeles Police Department counterterrorism expert at the University Club. But, as it turns out, the Pasadena Unified School District is having this opening of their season. School starts on Monday, and suddenly it's like, oh my God, he's going to be tied up with teachers to do that all morning long. It starts at 8 a.m., and he's got to interview the superintendent afterwards. It's like a big deal. And so I thought, oh my God, obviously he can't get over to see the LAPD guy at noon. He's going to be overwhelmed. And this story from PHS, you can do 2 stories on it. So please watch his assignment video, which I'm sending to you separately, so you can see what I told him. That way you know what I said and what I'm looking for from him, which is 2 stories. So this is going to be 2 stories. Now, what else has he got going on here? Okay, you've got this one going on, basically. I'm just going to put light shading over this, because I think what I'd like to do is have him write this story, but you're basically putting it together on line 11 here, the Perry story. And here, we want him to go back to this, also, to do a preview story, which I don't think he started on. So he's got his hands full for today, because he's got 2 stories. This will take all morning and 2 stories, and then this guy. So that would be 2 or 3 stories. And the ones I'm really after are the school season Oops, didn't mean to do that, sorry. The school season opens here. So we're going to have to send Eddie to this noon event at the University Club, which I've already arranged for. I talked to Eddie last night. Eddie's got it going. Eddie should be able to do it. I'm going to have to bug him all morning long, or he will forget. And Eddie said to me, be sure that he doesn't have to pay when he gets there because they always ask him to pay. And which is weird because Brandon and Candace and I have gone to the Rotary as press members. And we've never been asked to pay. So Eddie is like, he's got a bad payment mojo. Anyway, so Brandon looks like he's taken care of. And the reason really he's taken care of is during each week, I have been working hard to plan out the editorial for him. I've got an editorial schedule. This is the editorial schedule right here. Okay, the rollover one that gets done. But I also took and sucked out of it all the stories just for Brandon. I haven't really been keeping track of it. Yeah, I have. It's up till today. But see, this all had to be canceled. He can't go to this at all. I hope they don't get too upset, but he's not going to be there because the school thing came up. We just found that out. And University Club, this is going to be Eddie. All right, so the next thing we've got from Brandon is tomorrow afternoon as a field report. So see, I keep track of this, and this could be done, actually this could be done for 2 weeks in advance because these things are scheduled events. And we need to roll them over. We should have Brandon planned out. I got him planned. He doesn't do weekends, unfortunately. But I should already have him planned for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So we need to work on getting Brandon planned for those days because this is the only way you keep any sanity around here is rolling these people over like this. But regardless, if you can look at that other video of my assignment to him, because I'm going to want you involved, please, in copy editing and looking at what he turns in. And now, the other thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over to Mercy Santoro, and I hope you read what she sent to us. I know it's a mess. It's just a rough outline. We didn't need an exact transcript. But I'm going to go over to Mercy and do a couple things here. The first thing is I'm going to email her. So this is something that I hope you do also as we work together. It's called Cover Our Bases. So I'm emailing Mercy at Pasadena Unified, copying Brandon and telling Mercy Brandon's going to be there at this event, and I hope we can interview the superintendent and the chief academic officer. And I've given Mercy, Brandon's phone number. So this way they both know how to get a hold of each other, or he knows, she knows how to get a hold of him. See, do I have her phone number? I mean, I'll look up her phone number and give it to Brandon too. But that's kind of crossing the T's and dotting the I's to make sure that Brandon doesn't come back and say, oh, I really did never get to see the school superintendent. Which is like, oh no, that's absolutely critical for a story about the school season starting on Monday.